Hello and welcome to GDM's most recent video update. GDM is back out in the field at full pace, following on from one of the, wettest wet seasons we've seen for many years. The fact that it's still wet in July is just incredible. This has made site access virtually impossible in several of our sites, and let's face it, bogged exploration and mining equipment isn't good for the environment. It's often difficult and expensive to recover, and of course there's the element of exposing our team members to unnecessary risk, which we're just not going to do. So operating in wet conditions is certainly not productive use of our resources and time, and just not smart. So we do what we can. So I'm pleased to report that despite the challenges of weather, we've continued to progress on our various projects. So a couple of key points on that. So specifically, planned exploration work was progressed where we could. We undertook an ionic leach soil sampling program at our Canambula site. We completed the acquisition of 2 additional tenements adjoining our Devils Mountain project, and we also managed to sign an MOU with Great Eastern Gold to access their nearby processing facilities next door to our Yellowjack project. So you remember that we received data from our confirmation drilling at Yellowjack in January, and which enabled us to start the geological and mining optimisation studies. We announced on 20 June that we've signed an MOU with Great Eastern Gold to explore toll treatment services, so we can send our Yellowjack ore hopefully over to Great Eastern's Big Rush mine site, so it's only about 14 k's away. So GDM team is working with Great Eastern's technical guys now and trying to develop an optimum processing solution suitable for both our companies, so for Yellowjack and Big Rush ores, with the intention of reaching a binding commercial toll treatment agreement as soon as possible, hopefully in Q1 FY25. This has the potential to reduce CapEx, provide schedule and cost benefits, and significantly reduce haulage costs compared to other processing options. Despite the wet conditions, we were also fortunate to gain access to a newly identified potential southern extension to the Banshee area at our Canambula project. We collected 87 soil samples, including an orientation line across the non-Banshee mineralisation. It's early days, but we'll get some information on the results of that surveys out in the next hopefully month or two. So also during the quarter, the company managed to acquire 2 additional tenements at Devils Mountain on the 11th of June 2024. Devils Mountain and Kilkivan historically hosted significant gold and copper mines. There are some pretty decent sort of mines in there. The tenements are underexplored and they're with limited sampling and drilling historically. These are exactly the type of opportunities that GDM's been looking for. So these additional tenements provide us with greater control over our mineral prospects. They've also allowed us to extend the known Devils Mountain Gold prospect from about 4.5 k's strike length to nearly 7.5 kilometres, which is pretty substantial. There are proven historical workings along that entire length. That gives us obviously far more area to target. New tenements also extend our Devils Mountain project into the historical Glastonbury goldfield down to the south. So again, it's a big jump and a large increase in prospective ground. And the Kilkivan tenement includes some historically very great projects like the Long Tunnel prospect. So we're looking forward to sinking our teeth into those. So we're currently working to expand our exploration plans to include these new tenements. Finally, a little bit on Bougainville Mineral Investment. So there's a lot been said about Bougainville and its history in the past, but it's not GDM's focus. BMI, Bougainville Mineral Investments, approached GDM to provide management, consulting and exploration services. So it's a classic win-win where GDM's team can be more fully utilised during periods of inclement weather, project delays and those sorts of things, and basically be gainfully employed by providing those services to BMI. And for BMI, it means that they get to access a great team at the start of their project and at a reasonable cost to them. So GDM will provide these services to BMI at a cost plus 7.5% basis, which basically leverages our existing and budgeted skills base and our experienced personnel. So it's a great thing. So in summary, it's been a bit of a challenging quarter, but we've been able to progress nonetheless. I'm pleased to report that cash at the bank is still solid, but we're back out in the field and catching up with our exploration schedules. And I'm really pleased to confirm that none of the GDM team have managed to grow web feet yet, but we won't write that one off. Anyway, thank you very much, and as always, reach out if you have any questions or queries. Thank you.